Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Soulmate. I just want to tell everybody we's immortal. We're immortal in a baby sense. We's a possible shape of reality. We's a potential mode of reality. In other words, we's a potential way of being. Reality, being, it's not just what you may think it is. It's not just a cup or a gunshot or thoughts. You know what it is. It's what is common, what's in common among all beings. It's the isness of everything that is. That's the way I like to put it. So each of us is a possible mode, is a possible shape, I like shape or way, of being itself. We're a possible mode of reality. All of us are. How do I know this? How do I know that I'm a possible mode of reality? Well, simple. I'm real. I'm real. If I wasn't possible in reality, I wouldn't be. But I am. Look at me. I could never be if I wasn't possible, but I am. I'm sitting here talking and thinking, and not being able to breathe out my nose. I'm Mr. Snowman. But if I'm a possible shape of reality, of being itself, if I'm a possible mode of reality, like a doggy or a Voldemort smile, is a possible shape of clay, that means I'm always there, virtually in reality. Okay? The only ways you can say I'm not always there in reality as a possible shape, okay, as a possible shape, is if at some point in the history of everything that happened that led up to me coming to me being bored, something that happened in that history didn't come from reality, but from the opposite of reality. Nothing. What's the opposite of reality? Nothing. Non-being. Nothing, by the way, is not black. People think blackness is something, okay? Nothing, we're speaking strictly here, okay? It's not what they say is before the Big Bang. Before the Big Bang, they say there's field forces, there's quantum vacuums. But that's something. Oh, that's something. That's not non-being. That's not what I'm talking about. Alright, so where was I? Well, the only ways you can say I was not always there in reality as a possible shape is if things can come from nothing. From the nothing that we was talking about, not quantum vacuums, okay? The only ways, in other words, the only ways we can say I was not always there in reality is if maybe part of what led up to me came from nothing, was pooped out of non-being. But nothing comes from nothing. Nothing gets pooped out of non-being. It's the most basic fact. If you deny it, what are you saying? You're saying that something, like the cup, has reality, even though reality, all things considered, and so including the cup itself, is not ultimately enough for the cup to have reality in the first place. Which is silly, okay? So reality is always enough to bring me about. You don't need reality plus anything else, and you don't need reality plus non-being, whatever that is. That means I was always, even before I was born, understand what I'm talking about. That means, and this is you too, that means I was always in there. And even your roach in your house. If you have a roach problem or a rat, I have a rat. And I wanted to welcome the rat into my home. But it can lead, my friend that I had in the video, he says it can lead to diseases, including COVID. So I bought the traps to get the head. Anyways, so reality was always enough to bring me about. That means I was always in there, virtually, like a doggy shape in the clay. It doesn't have to be, you have to conquer clay. It doesn't have to be a doggy shape, but it potentially could be a doggy shape. Except this is even it's even more than that, though, because with the clay, to bring out the dog, think about it, you need an outside hand to shape the dog from the clay. Reality doesn't need an outside hand, so it's literally in there. I was literally in reality virtually. That's a possible shape of it. In every detail of me, right? But even before I was born. Now you might say, well, maybe you was there before you was born as a virtual shape, so you was immortal in a baby sense in the way back. But maybe you will always be a virtual mode of reality, because maybe reality will die. Maybe reality will be destroyed. But no, that's wrong. Think about it. Reality is, by definition, that's what reality is. Being is. It being me's. It cannot not be. Reality cannot not be. Think of it like this. Pretend reality dies. Okay, just pretend. It's all gone. Reality's all gone. What does that mean? You know what that means. It means that there's non-being. That's all it is. It means that there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. But think about it. If there was absolutely nothing, then it would be true that there's nothing. But something being true means that there's not nothing. So you run into a contradiction right away if you think of there's absolutely nothing. Also, if there was nothing, it's kind of the same point really, but if there was nothing, it would be possible, obviously. Can't breathe through my nose. It would be possible, obviously, for there to be nothing if there was nothing. Because if it wasn't possible, how could there be nothing? So anyways, let me say this again. If there was nothing in reality, then it would be possible for there to be nothing. But that means that something, not nothing, is the case. There's possibilities. So reality can never die, okay? It's eternal. And I'm not even saying it's endless existence. That's sempiternal, they call that. I'm talking about timeless. Okay? Reality can never die. And in the baby sense, then, I never die. Whose I am at every moment, every point in my life, including my hairs. Including my hairs and my feelings. Including on emollient. Is there, locked in eternity, forever. As a potential shape of reality. We's immortal, then. In a baby sense. Thank you.